The most dangerous thing you can do as a leader is to stay connected 24/7. According to neuroscience research, being always on is literally making you a worse leader and destroying your decision-making skills, your emotional control, and ability to innovate. After coaching hundreds of high-level executives and federal leaders like yourselves, I've discovered something shocking. The highest performers aren't the busiest. In fact, the most successful leaders I work with have mastered the art of strategic disconnection. Today, I'm going to show you the exact framework these leaders use to unplug strategically, to protect their time and energy, and actually increase their performance. I reveal the science behind why constant connectivity is killing your leadership potential and walk you through our proven ADPE method that's helped Fortune 500 executives and federal leaders transform their results while working less. But first, let me share a quick story that changed everything about how I view leadership and rest. I remember sitting across from a client who is a senior executive at a Fortune 100 company. And as he described his typical day, he said, I wake up to emails at 5 a.m., I have back-to-back meetings until 7 p.m., then I'm responding to Slack messages until midnight. He looked exhausted just saying it out loud. But here's what's fascinating. According to research from the Harvard Business School, this always-on approach actually reduces a leader's effectiveness by up to 40%. When you're constantly connected, 3 critical things happen to your brain. First, you experience decision fatigue. Studies show that after making continuous decisions throughout the day, the quality of your choices drop dramatically. One study found that judges were 65% more likely to give favorable rulings in the morning compared to late afternoon. Second, your emotional regulation plummets. This is why you might snap at your team after a day of nonstop meetings. The constant context switching and digital overwhelm literally depletes your ability to regulate emotions effectively. Third, and most concerning for leaders, is your creativity and innovation collapses. Neuroscience research shows that your brain needs periods of rest and disconnection to engage in critical problem solving and creative thinking. This is where our ADPE framework comes into play. Let me break down exactly how high-performing leaders use this to maintain peak performance while actually working less. The A stands for assess. We will identify your energy leak. You need to identify where you're losing energy throughout the day. Pull out your calendar right now and highlight every meeting, notification, and task that drains you. Pay special attention to what I call energy vampires, those recurring commitments that constantly leave you depleted. The D is to diagnose. Now we want to understand, what are your fear drivers? Here's what most leadership coaches won't tell you. Your inability to disconnect isn't about discipline, it's about fear. In my work with executives, I found that 3 core fears keep them chained to their devices. 1 is fear of missing critical information. 2, fear of appearing uncommitted. And 3, fear of things falling apart without them. Then we want to prescribe your recovery ritual. This is where we create your personal disconnection protocol. Here's what I've seen work with some of my highest performing clients. Number 1 is the hard stop ritual. This creates a non-negotiable shutdown time each day. One of my clients I work with literally has his Wi-Fi automatically turn off at 8 p.m. Next is the energy block system. So you are going to schedule your day in 90-minute focus blocks, followed by a 15-minute recovery period. Research shows this matches your brain's natural rhythm. Next is the digital sunset. No screens for 60 minutes before bed. Instead, use this time for what I call active recovery. So this will include reading, journaling, or connecting with friends and family. Then the E is evaluation. So we want to measure your progress. The final step is measuring the impact of strategic disconnection on your leadership. Track these 3 metrics daily: your energy levels throughout the day on a scale of 1 to 10, the quality of your decisions, feedback from your team, and your presence and effectiveness. Let me show you what happens when leaders implement this framework. Now, remember my previous client that was in meetings and responding to emails all day? After implementing the ADPE system for 90 days, his team's engagement scores increased by 33%. He reported making faster, better decisions, and most importantly, his company's Q4 results were the best in 3 years. Here's the truth about high performance leadership. Rest isn't the absence of ambition, it's the foundation of it. The most successful leaders aren't the busiest, they are the most strategic with their energy. But knowing how to disconnect is just the first step. If you found this information valuable, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any more videos.